Hey, welcome in everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set up a brand new world in Foundry VTT. Whether you're running D&D 5e or another system, the process can feel a little intimidating the first time you look at it, but fear not. By the end of this video, we'll have a new world created, a map loaded up with some walls, some dynamic lighting, and a character token ready to play. So let's get right to it. All right, first things first. We're on the Game Worlds tab. To start something new, we need to click the Create World button right here. But we don't have a game system yet. So go to Game Systems, and you won't see all of these. But if you need Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Cthulhu, World of Darkness, whatever it is you play, hit Install System, and you can search in here. Oh, and there it is. You would just click the install button that would appear here. Once that's installed, we can go back to our Game Worlds tab and we can hit Create World. Give your world a title. My World. Pick your game system, Dungeons and Dragons. You can add a background image. You could do whatever you want here. It really doesn't matter. I pretty much just leave this stuff blank. Hit Create World. Boom. There we go. Hit the play button. First time you start this, there will be no players or anything else in here. And the game master will not have a password, so just hit join game session. And there we go. Welcome to your empty table. To get a map on the screen, we need to go over to the right. Press this little map icon. It's your scenes directory. Press create scene. Give your scene a name. My first scene. There we go. And for the most part, ignore all this stuff. You know, like, look at all these buttons over here and buttons right here. I've used Foundry for at least 1,000 hours, if not more. And I barely touch half this stuff. Again, it looks daunting. It looks crazy. It's really not. You don't need more than half of it. It's just there for the people that want that extra mile. So all we're going to worry about here is your background image right here. Need to find your background image. All right, so wherever your Foundry files are, inside it you'll find backups, config, data, and logs. Open data, and here you can store all your stuff. This is where my modules and everything are. We're gonna go ahead and make 2 new folders, because I like to be organized. This will be my maps, and just to future-proof this, we'll do my tokens. All right, so maps, we'll open it up, and I'll grab this map on my desktop that I want to use, and we'll go ahead and add my token that I'm going to use later. There we go. So we'll close that, head back into Foundry, and now if I open my maps, grab my map, we can add it as the background image. I'm going to hit Save Changes, and you see how the background is really, it's gray, looks ugly. Yeah, I don't like that. So right-click this, hit Configure. So before we had saved it, we can click this background color. I like to always make this black. And then hit Save. Look at that. Now you won't be burning your player's eyes with a bright screen if you're playing in the middle of the night. And it's nice on the eyes. All right, now that we have a map, let's make it interactive. Let's go to the walls controls over here on the left. Looks like a little brick wall. We have green walls, which are terrain. Lets you kind of see over the wall, but it still blocks out light and vision behind the object. Really cool. And we have our standard walls, which are right here, just the 3 lines. Blocks pretty much everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to start drawing these walls in. You just hold left click, and there you go. Easy as that. Now you're like, well, how do I make the next wall, right? See, and it gets kind of goofy. So Control Z, erase all that. So if you hold down Control and then drag, once you let go of the left mouse button, you'll have your next wall attached and ready for the next, and you can go kind of crazy. But what we're going to do is, since we have some doors, we have a door right here, window here, and 2 doors inside. what we're going to do is hold Control, go over here, stop, right click to make it let go of my mouse, and then we're going to start from here and go around, and we're going to keep pressing right click when we hit these windows that we don't want to fill in. And just like so, looking good. What we'll do now is, the interior walls. So we'll start from this side. Perfect. All right, now we want to add some doors. Now, some interesting things are, actually, I covered that door. So we'll do this 2 ways, so I can show you both ways to do this. If we go like that, we can just click this, and if you click one of the rounded ends, double click it, you can change what it is right here. You can change if it blocks movement, light, sight, sounds. We're going to turn this into a door. We're going to hit update. Now we already have our door. Easy as that. But for the blank spots that we want to go ahead and just turn it into doors, same thing. Left mouse or left control, and then left mouse button drag. Just like that. But we don't need doors all over there. We just need doors here. And then we'll do windows right here. And those will block movement, but not block sight or anything else. And there we have it. We have our fancy little map, and it is ready to be used in play. Let's go ahead and take it a little farther and add some cool lighting. We'll draw some light sources. So if I click this light bulb, when I left mouse button and drag, it's going to start dragging the distance of the light. So we'll go like that. Actually, we'll make it a little cooler, like this, and have it bounce kind of into the hallway a bit. Now I'm going to double click the light bulb, and all of this is groovy, right? Just look for the color. This is where you can change. It's not black right now. It's if I turn down, if I transition to darkness right here, it'll turn the lights off so we can see what it actually looks like. So the black just means it's its basic color. What we want to do is turn it to a fireplace kind of color. So like a kind of an orange glow. And there we go, look at that. And then we can hit light animation up here, and we'll give it a flickering light, almost as if the fire is actually crackling in that fireplace. All right, looks good to me. Update. And then we had some other things in here. Turn the lights back on so I can see what's up, and you guys can see what's up. Got these candles. Let's go ahead and have these candles also give some light. So see how it's snapping? But I want to set that. I want to set this light like right on those candles. So hold Shift. Holding Shift while you move with the left mouse button is how you can do this for pretty much everything in game. Character tokens, lighting, whatever you need. So we'll go like that. We'll also make this light animation a flickering light, or actually we can try, there's a torch light, a torch. Let me move this out of the way. We'll change this light to something a little lighter. Ew, no, it's like berry yellow. There we go. Okay, so we'll update that. And what the torch light did, if I get off this light bulb, press the token, it actually added like a little, kind of like a little fire effect, which is cool. Not really helpful for this, but candles, sure. Or torches, yeah. And I'm going to go back to this light. Now, if I click that and I press Control-C, I can copy that light, come down here to this other candle, Control-V, and then hold Shift to move this right over. And click my token controls so I can get rid of all these and take a peek. There we go. Now we have this really cool scene set up. I can transition to darkness. We'll take a look at how it looks. On token controls, I can open these doors. Okay, light's not going to go. Look at that, the light's escaping the door. Looks good. If you wanted to add some other lights outside, say this is a night scene and you want some moonlight. The moon is coming in from over here. We'll make it really big. Like that. The windows are blocking the light. I don't know why. So let's fix that real quick. I'll hold Shift. That way I can click multiple objects. So say I wanted to turn both of these windows into doors at the same time or solid walls. It makes it easy. So now I'm going to double click left mouse button. And we're going to give this no light restrictions. There we go. So now this light out here will be coming in through the windows. And we can give this moonlight a softer color. I've never actually tried to use white. That's kind of wild. Let's turn the intensity down a bit. And this is the light radius. We will get rid of the brightness completely. So now without brightness, it really toned down a lot of that light. And there we have it. Looking cool. Looking really cool. And if you're like, but I wanted some light over here too. It doesn't look right if the moon's out and this is all dark. Well, Control-C this light and go ahead and add it into a few more spots. Look at that. Cool, huh? All right, finally, we need a character to play in this awesome little house we have. So we're going to go over here to the actors directory, this little guy icon. And we're going to hit create actor. We'll name him Bobby. God damn it, Bobby. And right here, the type, we have player characters. I don't know what group is. A lot of this is newer, but we have NPCs and players. So we'll start with a player. And now we can click this top little thing to edit. That lets us edit portraits, AC, stats, whatever we want to edit. I'm going to click his portrait right there, and we can go to my token panel, and I will grab this image and hit upload. And that should be good to go. If I drag Bobby out here, that worked. Bobby is a very small little guy though. How do we fix that, Bobby? How do we make Bobby bigger? So we're gonna hit the top little buttons up here. Prototype token. And this is where we can change Bobby's appearance. Move this out of the way. So this is his scale, how big Bobby is. This is how many grid spaces he takes up. So we want him to only take up that 5-foot grid. So we're not gonna change this. We're not gonna make him really huge. We're just gonna bump his scale up a little bit because for some reason Bobby is very tiny. So I'm gonna delete him and bring him back out. All right, he's getting a little bigger. We will edit Bobby one more time, make him just a little bigger. We'll go 1.75 and update. delete his old token. Perfect. Now Bobby is ready to live in his new home. Let's get some NPCs in here. So same thing, actors directory, create actor. His name will be Goblin, and it'll be a non-player character. Create. So this Goblin that's going to be living with Bobby, click the little toggle controls up here, same as we did with Bobby. Hit prototype token, and in appearance, we'll go to the image path up here, browse files, and we're going to go up, and the base D&D system comes with some standardized tokens for top-down stuff. And to find those, we're going to look in Systems, D&D 5e, Tokens, and then here's all of your different types of tokens. So our Goblin is a humanoid. So if we go in here, we should find Goblin right there. You can even change how these look. See? Makes it easier to look through things. But we've got our Goblin. And I'm going to hit select and update token. So now when I drag Goblin out, we've got Bobby's new friend Goblin. And you see how when Goblin moves around, we can see everywhere on the map. But when we grab Bobby, we can't. That's because the player, it allows us as the DM to see through the player's eyes, what the player sees, what they haven't seen. But when we're playing as the NPCs, it allows us to see the entire map, so we can still take control of things, make sure we've got our eyes on what we need to have our eyes on, so on. All right, so we have Goblin, who is an NPC, but he doesn't have any stats. Right now, Goblin is just a friend of Bobby's. So as the DM, we could just create his HP pool. We could do whatever we want with him and just have him be a friendly NPC. For an NPC that is going to attack Bobby, though, we'll get rid of Goblin. We're going to open up the compendium pack over here. And this should come with a bunch of pre-built things. And in here, we'll be able to press the Actors tab. And we're going to bring in goblins that are not friendly to Bobby. And we're going to search for a goblin. Here we go, Goblin Warrior. I don't know why it's in the Fey tab. That's broken. That's not accurate. Okay, well, anyway, now we have this new goblin who is not friendly. And look at that. He comes fully packed with all of his stats. Everything you need. I plan on making another video that I will go over my favorite mods, the mods that I use for every single game that I run that I can't live without. So stay tuned for that. And otherwise, that is the basic workflow for setting up any session in Foundry. If you'd like to see how this looks in a full campaign, or if you're looking for inspiration for your next session, check out my channel where I run the Dragon of Icespire and Beyond Icespire Peak campaigns. I post full sessions there so you can see how I DM in Foundry real time. Thanks for watching and have a good one.